So, first of all, congrats on the series, and I sincerely hope it's a huge hit. But before we get into this, I like throwing a curveball at the beginning.
All right.
Besides Echo, if someone has never seen anything you've done before, what is the first thing you'd like them watching and why?
Do you have an idea?
I kind of do, but it's just sort of like a weird, The English.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about that one.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That Emily Blunt character, I think she's okay.
The up-and-comer, yeah, she's got a good future.
Yeah.
I would say probably the very first feature film I did back in the day where I was a lead called Rhymes for Young Ghouls.
Yes. If you haven't seen it, see that movie. It's really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Jumping into why I get to talk to you guys. Something that really surprised me about the show was that this is not your typical Disney Plus series. This is more Netflix than Disney Plus in terms of what you get away with. So can you sort of talk about the fact that this is more for an older audience?
Yeah, well, it's darker, it's gritty. A lot of people get killed. It's violent. But there's a story there. And what I like is that it's about family, but it's also about trauma. And I think all families, no matter what walk of life, you have that in your history. And I think people can relate to that. And also, she's just a badass character. That's pretty much it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think that Echo, it marks the first TV MA rating for all Marvel shows. And so I think with that, it means we get to go deeper and we get to hit harder. I think that there's a grittiness and a brutality to it that we really get to feel the weight of Maya being a crime boss, that she is a killer, that she's somebody who kills people for hire. Like that's really dark, and to have her as an anti-hero who we're rooting for just gives it an edge that I don't know has been explored as much in the MCU.
Sure. When you saw the shooting schedule, what is the thing that you saw? What day did you see and be like, I cannot wait to film this, or oh my God, how are we filming this?
Oh. I would say for me it was the roller skating rink. That was a big one because you see it on paper, but I've done enough movies where it's going to look different. And how are they going to do that?
It was ambitious.
Yeah, it was ambitious, and I'm glad they were able to pull it off. But you never know when you're in the middle of film. You never really know until you see it on the screen.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I think it's the finale for me, where the finale, we can't talk a whole lot about it right now, but there are...
Or can you?
There are cultural aspects to the finale that kind of bring everything to a head, that involve ancestors, that involve present-day people. And so I think that it's... looking at it on paper on the script, I was like, how on earth are we going to film this? But I think it was done so beautifully by our director, Sidney Freeland, who is just like a rock star in all of it. And I don't think that we could have brought it home with anyone else.
Yeah.
Could it be called a powwow?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're saying words and I'm sitting here.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. But I did hear that the way you guys filmed the powwow was very respectful, and that Marvel really went above and beyond to make sure it was something great.
Without, I don't think we're giving anything away, but it was very authentic. It's like, they really went all out. You had the stands there, people selling things.
The amount of background performers who were flown from communities across North America, across Turtle Island. It was a lot of people.
And you think about the people who got flown. What a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think they show their art.
I thought it was really special, too, that while we're portraying Choctaw people from Oklahoma, while we're filming it in Atlanta and in Georgia, that's like the home territory of a lot of indigenous folks from the Trail of Tears. So it was almost like a homecoming to be able to bring a lot of people across Indian country into Georgia, the place where they were forcibly displaced from. So it was really meaningful, and I think that it was really special. And I was not referring to a set event, but I think the thing that was most ambitious that I was curious how they were going to do it was the grand showdown that's going to happen at some point.
Oh, sure. Wait. You're telling me that at the end of a Marvel show, there's a big action set piece that involves a protagonist and an antagonist?
Huge spoiler.
This is shocking. I have never, ever seen this before. So obviously you guys are fans of Marvel. If you had to pick, and I'm putting you on the spot, what are like the 3 Marvel films that you think everyone needs to see?
I'll go with Iron Man, and then the Endgame, and the last one, the last two movies of
Infinity War and Endgame.
Yeah, Infinity War. Yeah, I would say those are powerful too. It was pretty like when Tony Stark dies. I shed a tear, man. I mean, it was pretty,
spoilers. No, I'm joking. I think people know.
Yeah,
I'm going to go a little off kilter. I'm going to say ones that are not necessarily the most popular. I'm going to say Thor Ragnarok as one of them. I'll say Moon Knight as another one of them. And then probably the third would be Shang-Chi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the diversity of the picks.
Yeah.
So one of the things about family members, I'm curious, which of your friends and family were actually the most excited when you told them, by the way, I'm going to be in the MCU? In Marvel?
My nephew.
Yeah?
Yeah, he just went, he loved it. We got those hats. Yeah, I gave him a hat. He's going to wear that when it premieres.
Oh,
it's really
nice.
cool. It's a really cool feeling to like, hey, your uncle's in this.
I think the person who was most excited for me was my dad, who I also gave a hat to.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, it was definitely my dad because I think he just wants me to be an action figure. I think that's his like dream for me is to be an action figure. So we'll see if Bonnie becomes
That
one.
would be cool. That would be really cool.
I think that the pops, the Funko Pops, they make Funko Pops for so many. I would imagine that is a real possibility.
Oh, we've been fully scanned.
Oh, yeah, we got scanned. But every time we finish the scene, we have to go get scanned.
Anyway, listen, congrats on the show. I really do hope it's a huge hit for you guys, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks, man.
Thank you so much.